But we start with some breaking news, and I'm afraid it's bad news for Bournemouth fans because their centre-back Marcos Senesi will leave the club at the end of the season. They've offered him multiple big deals to stay at the club, we understand, over the last months. However, he has decided it's time to move on, so he will leave on a free on the 30th of June. Over the last few months, he's been linked with...
Some Liverpool news for you now. Their defender Ibrahima Konaté has revealed he's close to agreeing a new deal with the club.
Probably spent a fair bit of that time thinking about wanting to be back in the mix and seeing the team do so well and having a taste of it when I was quite a bit younger was obviously special. And yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't say I spent time thinking about wanting to be back with the boys and getting back to this level. So yeah, it has played a big part in my mind and...
On this edition of Anfield Uncovered, Liverpool's summer transfer plans may have just taken a huge twist after a defender already linked with a move to Anfield suddenly became available for absolutely nothing. At the same time, Joe Gomez has now opened the door to a possible Liverpool exit, while major doubts continue to grow over Ibrahima Konaté's future at the club. There is a lot to get into today, so make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to Anfield Uncovered, and turn on notifications so you never miss any Liverpool updates. Let's dive straight into it. Liverpool's defensive situation is suddenly becoming one of the biggest stories of the summer window, and a new opportunity has now emerged that could completely change the club's transfer plans behind the scenes. Reports suggest Liverpool have been monitoring Bournemouth defender Marcos Senesi for quite some time. But what previously looked like a difficult and expensive move has now become far more realistic after Bournemouth officially confirmed the Argentine defender will leave the club this summer. That means Senesi is now available on a free transfer. And immediately, Liverpool supporters started asking the same question: could this now become a serious move for the Reds? The timing of this development is incredibly interesting because Liverpool are currently facing growing uncertainty in central defence. At one stage, signing another centre-back may not have looked like a priority after Liverpool already strengthened defensively with the arrivals of Giovanni Leone and Jeremy Xhaka. But removing a transfer fee from the equation changes everything. Suddenly, a player with Premier League experience, leadership qualities, physical presence, and tactical versatility becomes available without Liverpool having to spend massive money. And when you look deeper into the connections behind the scenes, this story becomes even more fascinating. Richard Hughes knows Senesi extremely well from his time at Bournemouth after helping bring him to England from Feyenoord. On top of that, Senesi also previously worked under Arne Slot in the Netherlands. Those existing relationships could become extremely important if Liverpool decide to seriously explore the deal. At the same time, Liverpool's current uncertainty at centre-back is only making the situation feel more realistic. Ibrahima Konaté continues to be linked with a possible departure as concerns grow over his contract negotiations. Reports continue to suggest discussions remain at a stalemate, and respected journalist David Ornstein recently admitted the situation is not looking particularly positive. Then there is Joe Gomez. The Liverpool defender has now made hugely revealing comments about his future after admitting he genuinely does not know what happens next. Speaking about his situation, Gomez said, "I think anything can happen. I don't know is the honest answer. I've only got a year left, so I don't know. But whatever is meant to be will be." Those comments immediately caught the attention of supporters because Gomez rarely speaks publicly about uncertainty surrounding his future. The 28-year-old also reflected emotionally on his time at Liverpool, admitting he remains grateful for everything the club has given him over the last 11 years. "I'll always be grateful to have had 11 years at a place like this. All I can do is be thankful and we'll see." And honestly, for many Liverpool fans, those words sounded like someone preparing for a possible goodbye. Despite being Liverpool's longest-serving player, Gomez has once again struggled for consistent opportunities under Arne Slot this season. Injuries disrupted his campaign, while Konaté remained the preferred partner alongside Virgil van Dijk in central defence. Now, with Jeremy Xhaka arriving and Giovanni Leone returning, the competition is only becoming even more intense. This also is not the first time Gomez has come close to leaving Anfield. Last summer, AC Milan reportedly pushed strongly to sign him in a deal worth around £30 million, with reports claiming Gomez himself was open to the move. But Liverpool failed to secure a replacement before deadline day, causing the transfer to collapse. Now though, the situation feels completely different. Liverpool could soon face a major defensive reshuffle depending on what happens with Konaté. Although the French defender previously hinted that a new contract agreement was close, the latest reports suggest negotiations have slowed significantly. According to David Ornstein, discussions are currently at a stalemate. And if Konaté eventually leaves, Liverpool may suddenly see Gomez as a vital experience figure to keep around. But if Konaté stays and more defensive reinforcements continue arriving, Gomez could finally decide this summer is the right time to begin a new chapter elsewhere. That is why the Senesi situation suddenly matters so much. Liverpool may now be preparing for multiple defensive possibilities at once. If Gomez leaves, Senesi could arrive as experienced depth. If Konaté leaves, Liverpool may need immediate defensive cover. And because Senesi would arrive on a free transfer, the move could allow Liverpool to strengthen other positions without damaging the club's overall transfer budget. Multiple journalists have already suggested Tottenham are currently leading the race for the defender, but Liverpool are still seriously considering whether this is an opportunity too good to ignore. In today's market, experienced defenders are becoming incredibly expensive. So when a player with Premier League quality suddenly becomes available for free, clubs move very quickly. The big question now is whether Liverpool act fast enough. Because one thing is becoming very clear, Liverpool's defence could look very different by the time next season begins. For Joe Gomez especially, this summer genuinely feels like one of the biggest crossroads of his entire Liverpool career. After arriving at Anfield as a teenager back in 2015, Gomez has experienced everything at the club: Premier League glory, Champions League success, heartbreaking injuries, incredible recoveries, and unforgettable moments in red. Whatever happens next, his place in Liverpool's recent history is already secure. But after his emotional comments and the growing uncertainty behind the scenes, an Anfield exit now feels more realistic than it has in years. Now we want to hear from you. Should Liverpool move for Marcos Senesi on a free transfer? Should Joe Gomez stay at the club? And what should Liverpool do if Konaté's contract situation continues to worsen? Drop all your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to Anfield Uncovered, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Liverpool update. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.